Hello and welcome back to Inside Out with Kris. So I want to drop into an analogy that I have spoken to in depth with a lot of my clients, and if you're plugged into my world, you will have heard this. However, I believe that it's something that is super relative at the moment for a lot of people, and that is the bubble and the bubble of your energetic capacity. And noticing that when the bubble around you, so let's visualize and pretend that there's a bubble here, and it's full. What happens when you want to interject something new? You actually need to remove or release something. And I want to map this into cleaning it out in order to create. So I have a few clients that have been, like myself, on a self-discovery journey, self-development, personal growth journey for a decade. Now, this means when I talk about that, I'm reflecting on doing all the things, like listening to podcasts, reading the books, following along all of the people that might be leaders in the space of healing and inner work, and essentially overflowing their minds with all of the things in the self-discovery, self-development, personal growth journey. And what I found is that with this and having to really have all the to-dos to do every day, right? Which is listen to the podcast on the walk, make sure that I'm doing XYZ, and have this big freaking list of all the to-dos of this, the industry, the wellness industry has told us that we need to do in order to feel good and be good and be our highest, meet our highest self. There's no room. There's no fucking room for anything more. And I want to drop into, where have you created overflow in your life and are blocking your creativity and are blocking your playfulness and are blocking your feminism, are blocking actually being really embodied and connected with yourself? So what I found in my experience is that I was in this overflow. I was doing all of the things and I had no room for softness. I had no room for play. It had to be, if I wasn't learning, what was the point in listening? If I wasn't changing, what was the point in watching? If it wasn't going to teach me something, I didn't have time for it, right? And that created a bit of stagnancy for me. That created energy that I couldn't meet myself in my softness, in my nurturing, in my playfulness, in my ability to be and create space in my mind for creativity, right? So something that really supports me is, like, when I go for a walk now, which is most days, I will go for a walk with the dog. I, in the past, would have to listen to something. I can't possibly walk without no noise. Oh my God, like, what a waste of time. What's the point? But the point is exactly that. I'm creating space. I'm creating space to romanticize the things in the world, looking at trees, smelling flowers, fucking feeling the breeze on my face. And when I do those things, when I create that energetic capacity, removing things from my bubble, right? Releasing in order to create, there's a sense of, like, whilst the mental load is always existing as mums, I'm sure that mums are listening or watching this will understand that. Yes, the mental load's still in the back of my mind, right? But it's that front area that really sparks the creativity for me. I come home with all of these ideas. I come home with a drive to jump on the computer and get stuck into content. I come home with excitement to jump on coaching calls and be so fucking lit up by the things that I'm thinking about. Whereas if I had to listen to a podcast and really applied that, I have to do this in order to be who the world sees me as, which is a coach, right? And is a host of a podcast, and noticing that I can actually just choose and decide to fill the bubble with how the fuck I want to fill it. And in the past, when I really was just in overflow of all of these things, I was also feeling pretty run down. Like, energy transmits. So it's like I was feeling overconsumed by the things that I thought that I had to do and the things that I thought that I should be doing, that it was actually impacting my business. It was impacting my relationship. It was impacting my parenting experience. So I want you to just like lean into and consider here, where are you not creating space or cleaning things out in order to create? And could this be the thing that's holding you back because you're over consuming in the areas of your life where you can simply be romanticizing? So I'm talking like driving in the car. Do you always have to put music on? And I know that some of the girls watching this, I know of you, and I know that you're like, yep, that's me. And I know that you want to create that sound. I know that you want that noise, because if you turn it off, then it's like, oh my God, what will I think about? I don't want to get too deep in thought. But it's actually a way, a really quick and easy way that you can tap into your thoughts in a safe way and connect with yourself. It's actually a way that you can clean out the noise in order to spark creativity. And in other areas, it's like, yes, that walk time as well. And it's like our world is filled with so much freaking hustle, right? If your world reflects like mine, it's like I get up at 4:30, I quickly get dressed, I take my pre-workout, I race to the gym because I'm always running late. Get to the gym, music's on the way to the gym because I've got to be pumped up for the gym, and then I get to the gym and then the coaches start explaining what we're going to do, and then they pump the music up too, and then I get in the car and I race home and I'm doing breakfast, lunches, getting the kids ready for school, and I get them out the door and I jump on my computer. There's no fucking space from the moment I wake up until I finish my working day. And that's when I can be like, oh, I'm exhausted, I'm tapped out. Yeah, because my energy, my capacity, my bubble is being full. So how can we create a little more stillness and softness and nurturing with ourselves, with our bodies, with our souls? It's like create, like literally clean it out to create, right? Release that thing that's injected so that you can actually bring something new in. And if the new thing in is silence, stillness, softness, romanticizing the fucking world, that's okay. Like, give yourself the time to actually decide and think into what would feel best for you, what's going to refuel and recharge and recalibrate you in every single day. And what would happen if in every single day you had 10 minutes to 30 minutes of complete silence? Like, what would actually happen? Do you feel like maybe you could spark some new ideas? Do you feel like you could release some stagnant energy? Do you feel like you would be a little more motivated and committed to yourself? And do you feel like your external world has been influencing your world for so long that maybe it's time to allow you to be the influence of your life, rather than allowing that noise and that external voice of whoever being the primary influence? Can you not be your main influence? Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it and you're watching on YouTube, please hit like and subscribe. And if you're listening, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts.